Welcome to The Touch the Sound, a series of videos for the percussionist to explore sounds and techniques on their percussion instruments. For this session, we're going to look at ways to approach the hand drums. So we'll start off with this instrument, the djembe. Now, sometimes we're handed a part and we're not sure about the notation or the techniques that are expected, so hopefully this session will help a little bit. To get started, I've taken the djembe and I'm leaning it away from my body. That creates an opening for the drum on the floor. I'm using my feet to anchor the drum as well as my knees, and while leaning away, I have good access to this rim, which we'll use in a moment. So, the first sound we might have to consider is the bass tone. This might be a note low on the staff, or sometimes has the letter B. To play the bass tone, we're just going to keep a flat palm and strike the center of the drum. I'm letting my hand just have natural rebound. I get that low, fundamental sound from the drum. Next up, you might be asked to use an open tone. That's usually in the middle of the staff and maybe notated with the letter O. So to do that, I'm going to strike the drum where I have my inside knuckles, the middle of the hand, strike the edge of the drum, and my fingers will then just rebound naturally off the head. Now, I'm elevating my thumbs so they don't bang against the edges and get injured. So open tone, hitting that knuckle ridge with the fingers naturally relaxed and bouncing off the drum. Now the last tone that is often asked for is the slap tone. This might be notated with an X head, or it might have the letter S. To achieve the slap tone, what we might want to do then is reach into the center of the drum. So now I'll strike the edge with the bottom of my palm, and then I will reach and strike the center of the drum, and with a little bit of a grab. So in doing this, I'll also leave my hand on the drum after I strike it, like so. You get a bright popping sound. I'm striking a lot faster, more rapidly, so that's giving more of an accent to the sound, and it's a brighter sound. And I warn you that in practicing the slap, it does hurt a little bit more than playing some of the other tones. So you'll want to be careful to be aware of possible injury. But with practice and taking care of yourself, and potentially you can tape your fingers too, you can avoid injury just like all of us other percussionists that play the hand drums. So, bass tone, open tone, and slap tone. Now, we can play all those tones also on the conga. Just like with the djembe, I want to lean the drum forward. I'm going to anchor at the bottom with my feet, hold it steady with my knees, and then I have this edge right in front of me. We can do the bass tone. We can do open tone, and we can also then reach towards the center again in a rapid stroke and do the slap tone. Now, you may also want to support the slap tone by having an unused hand just cupped and placed on the head. And sometimes that can help brighten up the slap tone. So it may be that you're asked to play a conga part that needs more than one drum, sometimes two or up to three. I encourage you to consider using a stand. If you get all the drums up on the stand, they're at the same height and they're elevated off the ground so they resonate a little bit more. You can play in the same way with these drums mounted as we did before, using the techniques of the bass tone, open tone, and slap tone. But it also might be that the part doesn't indicate what you're supposed to strike the drums with. We could make the assumption that it starts with the hands and make all those beautiful sounds, but it might be that using your hands isn't quite loud enough. And when they're not asking for bass or open tone and they just want the drums played, you might consider striking with something different than the hands. So for starters, we could use sticks. That was with the tip of the sticks, but I've also explored the butt of the sticks. And then if sticks are too maybe tacky and sounding, you might explore using a yarn mallet. That creates a wonderful sound in the congas. So some combination of hands, sticks, or mallets might create all the right sounds that you want for your piece. Well, I hope this session has inspired you to practice and then give yourself a hand. And remember, play with purpose and have fun.